Howdy y'all! Hope y'all are ready for an unscripted video. Earlier last week I got a haircut, but earlier today I got an Atari 2600. The Atari 2600 has always been a video game system that I've wanted. Like, with how important it is to retro gaming, like, it feels like the first truly big video game console that people talk about. Yeah, it's so big for gaming that it nearly killed it outright in 1983. Honestly, even now, just holding this in my hands feels weird. Before today, I've only ever really seen pictures of it, so seeing it in person, I don't think I was quite expecting how big it would be. It's wider than my Nintendo 64. To be fully transparent with y'all, I have a much bigger video in the works right now. One big video kind of being split into other big videos in the works right now, so I'm kind of filming this just to have a good time right now. So I'm sorry if this video comes off as very rambly. When I bought the system earlier today, it came with baseball, which is a game I still am not entirely sure how to play. Though before that, the kind of years ago, I did buy like 3 other Atari 2600 games: Space Invaders, Missile Command, and Yar's Revenge. And I've already been playing Space Invaders and Missile Command, but it just doesn't look like my copy of Yar's Revenge works at all. I need to stop turning away from the microphone. I know when I turn away from the microphone, the audio is not as good. I'm sorry. I've already tried to rub down the contacts with rubbing alcohol, but I'm pretty sure this copy of the game is just trash, honestly. I'm still gonna keep it on the shelf, though, because it does look neat. Then again, I know for a fact I bought all of these games for $2 each at a booth at an antique mall years back. The sticker is actually still on these two. I did not realize that until just right now. So yeah, for $2 each, I can't really be too mad at one of them not working, because I'm pretty sure even back then they said untested. Before we even get into playing the games though, I do want to kind of go over how troublesome just hooking up the Atari 2600 to a modern TV was. I say modern, we're still playing it on a CRT television, folks, don't worry. See, the Atari 2600 is such an old system that it does not have AV cables. It has this. I'm not entirely sure what this is, but you're supposed to plug this into this, and then you're supposed to screw these little pitchforks here into the back of your television. One, I don't even have a TV that uses these pitchforks, and looking at them closely, I'm not even sure they would still even work to begin with. I was able to find this converter in my drawer, though I'm not sure if it works either. Okay, this is me later. I kind of realized it was poor video making to just say, yeah, I think this won't work, without actually testing it out. So here, I now actually have the weird little cable hooked up to that converter box, and then I got that converter box hooked up to that little thing I found in my drawer. So let's hook all that up to this TV here to see if it'll work. Well, I'll be darned. I cannot believe that works. I already shot the rest of the video though, so back to the solution I had there. So editor's note to the editor's note, I tried to get another shot of me playing the Atari through the converter box, and it looked like this. It's extremely finicky. I had to find another way to hook the system up regardless. You see this type of converter box a lot with older video game systems. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have one of these for my Sega Genesis as well, and that's because with older televisions, before they really had aux ports or for stuff for you to plug into your television, people had to get creative. These video game companies had to get creative, I mean, so they had to essentially just tune their video game systems into your television as if it was a television station. So they had to hook the video game systems into the antenna port of your television back then. And this box here is essentially just a really old-fashioned switch box going from your computer, aka the Atari 2600, or back to your TV for when you want to watch television. That way you didn't have to unscrew the video game hooks every time you want to play that, and re-screw the antennas back when you want to watch television. Now that's a bit of an oversimplification from someone that is not reading off a script, so forgive me if I'm a little inaccurate. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if this box still works. I don't have a television that this thing can screw into. I do have this adapter, not sure if it works either though, so these were a no-go. So that just left me with this funky little guy. I don't even know what you call this thing. Now, yes, there are adapters that you can buy online where you just hook these things and then just plug it right into the RF input of your television. In fact, I do have one of those coming along the way. But the thing is, about the Atari 2600 earlier today, and I wanted to play it today, so I had to quickly find something in my house that would make this thing work. After a bit of searching, I found this video control center that I have had in my closet for God knows how long. I had bought this thing at an antique store a long time ago, and it surely was an impulse buy in every meaning of the word. The thing was only $5, and I clearly must not have seen anything else that was worth my $5 in the store at the time, so I picked this bad boy up. I think I know why I wanted to get this so much though, because it's a switchboard, like, just in the most analog way possible. Like, look at all these combinations for all the different ways. They have watch video cassette, watch auxiliary, play video game, record TV, record auxiliary plus watch TV, record TV plus watch auxiliary, and all of these different codes and combinations and ways you would flip the switches to get whichever way you wanted it on your television. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought this just for the sheer novelty of the fact that this is a thing that existed. Also the fact that it's a piece of analog technology with the name Gemini on it. If you know, you know. But anyway, the way this thing helps me today, you see that little function, play video game? Yep, this thing has an input for this little funky guy here. That solves that problem. And from there, I hooked an RF cable from the output of this thing, and then I hooked that up to the input of my VCR, and then hooked up AV cables from the output of my VCR, and then hooked it up to my television. Yes, technically, I could have just hooked it up straight from this thing to the TV through my RF port, but I found that hooking up through the VCR through the composite cables makes the image look better. Like, it's a more steady image with a bit less snow on it, if you catch what I mean. So we're gonna be playing it that way today. So, without any further ado, let's play some Atari. I thought I'd just go ahead and get a shot of me hooking the system back up. I had it sitting on top of my VCR, and oh, my dusty VCR, lord. Now, I used to have my Sega Genesis right here, but because I got the Atari 2600, the Genesis is in the drawer right now, in purgatory. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Just look at that faux wood grain, something that could only ever come out in the 70s. It's amazing to think that this system is so old that it has an honest to God color to black and white setting on it. Who ever set this thing to black and white? I mean, yeah, I get the fact that a lot of people still had black and white televisions back in the late 70s when this released, but this thing would just be naturally black and white on that TV anyway, so why even have a switch for it? I'll just hook it up now. Oh yeah, the power cord goes right into the top right here. Nice. Here's the AC adapter for it. And the weird thing about the AC adapter is this. Okay, I'm just gonna hook that thing up. Unplug my 4K Blu-ray player to hook that thing in the power outlet. Okay, and there we are. Oh, how can we forget the controller? The controller that for some reason has the same input contacts as the Sega Genesis controller. Plug that in back there. There we are. Okay, and without any further ado, I thought we'd start out with the game that I got with the system. Baseball. Well, it was working earlier. Do I have everything hooked up right? I think I do. Okay, there it goes. This is actually, like, some of the best picture I've gotten from it so far. I have no idea what to do. Okay, Oh! What? Huh? Okay, I got a ball. Am I supposed to throw it to the pitcher? I mean, I'm not really a sports guy, but like... Okay, so, now what? Okay. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, I got... Huh? Okay, I got one ball there, 0 strikes. Ball. Another ball. So I am putting this picture here. Is that player actually gonna try to swing? Oh, wait, huh? Wait, am I supposed to try to swing too? I'm so confused here. Also, I don't know how well it's appearing on my camera, but this game is just absolutely struggling to handle all of these sprites. It's like all the pink guys are like suffering. Am I not pitching the ball more or less in the place where it's gotta be? Strike! Finally! I got a strike! That's a good thing for me. How is that a ball? Oh, come on. Why is it I threw the picture? Don't say I threw the picture. Oh, that was the picture. I guess I'll get the picture for whatever. Okay. Thank you. How... What's the difference between a ball and a strike in this game? I swear, I'm trying to throw it straight. I'm really trying to throw it straight here. But it just goes off to where it doesn't go to the pitcher and it goes out to the field. Of course, it went straight to the pitcher when I was trying to make a point. How is that... Again, I really don't get what's the difference between a ball and strike here. This is weird. Yeah, I told you I still didn't understand it, and I really don't care to look it up any. And now let's move on to one I've been having a lot of fun with, Missile Command. Let's play. So the mission of this game is that you have to, like... move the cursor across the sky to... Oh, I missed that guy. You have to move the cursor across the sky to hopefully knock out the missiles in the sky before they reach your base. Missile Command actually is like a really fun game. It's like you understand immediately what the objective is, and it's like very easy to play, but hard to master, which is like the best type of these really retro games. Oh no! I actually remember at one point I had bought like a new version of Missile Command on my Switch Lite because I had enjoyed Missile Command on my little Jack-specific Atari 2600 plug-and-play system. I enjoyed that on that system a lot, so I tried to get like a new version that was for the Switch, but it just wasn't that good because of the Switch's more sensitive controls. It was actually harder to play, if that even makes sense. Though on the Atari's kind of stiff joystick, it's actually pretty fun. Especially on that Jack-specific plug-and-play, which was actually a very good feel to this joystick. Another thing that makes this game so fun is that you do have to lead your shots in a little bit. Like, you have to aim slightly ahead of where your target actually is gonna be. Oh, I thought I missed that one for a second. I'm actually really glad I got that. I think I just got an extra life. Oh, crap. Oh! Okay, it's getting harder now. I think one way in which this game is kind of limited by its technology is that I think it's trying to produce more sounds than it's what it's capable of. because it's not always able to produce like that swooping sound whenever you launch a rocket, letting you know that you launched the rocket. And without that swooping sound to let you know that you launched the rocket, it's sometimes hard to know if you oh no, oh no, 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 no! Ah, yeah, that. Well, we're still going. We have to take down the pixels before they destroy my pixels. Wait, did I just get an extra life? I did! I guess I only really have to protect that one now. Oh! I missed. Crud. This is actually, like, the best I've... Oh, no. Got him. Oh, I didn't even notice you. I missed you, too. And game over. Hey, that's my high score so far, so try to beat that. Man, that was so much more fun than baseball. It's not even funny. And to end off this show, Space Invaders. Oh, I thought I nearly got hit. In terms of arcade ports to the Atari 2600, this has got to be one of the better ones out there. I know Pac-Man is pretty infamous for being, you know, terrible. Oh, did I hit him? I thought I hit him. I did not hit him. Oh, I need to take him out before... Oh, he just destroyed my barriers. That's terrible. Crud. I may still be able to clear this screen. Gotta hit him! Oh, I thought no! I'm not gonna get him. I'm not gonna get him. He just got me. Oh, I killed him! I cannot believe... That was luck. That was luck. Yeah, as I was saying, this has just gotta be like one of the best arcade to Atari conversions that's ever hit the 2600, because, you know, Space Invaders isn't exactly that graphically challenging of a game, so it wasn't that hard for them to port to this system anyway, I would say. But even then, they did do a good job here, because, you know, something like Pac-Man is not graphically challenging either, and yet they fumbled the bag on that hard. You know, let's play that again. Let's play at least one more round of that, because that was only 2 minutes. Oh, crud. You know, I'm pretty sure this is, like, just straight up the first time I've ever played Space Invaders. Like, yeah, it's on newer systems, but what's even the point of playing a game this old on, like, newer hardware? A game like this demands to be played on something that's over 40 years old. You know what I mean? I should have avoided that better. Can I hit that spaceship? Oh, I nearly hit that spaceship. This is like a very... Oh, and just so you can see like what black and white looks like. There's black and white, there's color. Black and white, color. Black and white. And one more game, why not? Oh! Oh, crud. Another thing, I think... You know, I don't want to knock something like playing old video games on like modern systems like a virtual console, because that is fine. I've done it before, loads of times. But, you know, playing this on the actual system that it released for, it does add something. Crud. it really does add something when you have like snow all across the screen because you're using like a finicky RF connection. That adds to its charm in a way that crystal clear HD graphics never really can. You know what I mean? But then again, I would say that something like this only really works with systems so old, because by the time you do get to something like Sega Genesis, where graphics just kind of objectively look good, you do want nicer looking quality. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm not even sure if I really made a point there. Okay, I think I'm done with Space Invaders for right now. So, as of right now, that concludes my Atari 2600 gaming library. I definitely do hope to get more of the system's games later on. In fact, I may or may not have placed a bet on a game lot earlier today on eBay. Fingers crossed. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, I had the jack-specific plug-and-play Atari 2600 when I was younger, and this thing really did kind of supplemented my fantasy of owning the system before I actually owned the system earlier today. Yesterday, actually. It's now 12 a.m. as of me recording this. And yeah, this little thing, it's great for what it is. It has like 8 or 10 Atari 2600 games. I can't quite remember right now because I did not plug it in before recording this, so it's whatever the green screen behind me says. I don't know. And another thing I'm able to like really appreciate about this plug and play now is that it really does feel a lot like the original Atari 2600 controllers, like to a way that's very commendable. Like, you know, the thing with third-party controllers, especially with third-party controllers that are trying to feel like an older video game controller, it's never that good. But this really is very solid. Granted, I can't imagine it's that hard to replicate this. But hey, they did it good. Now, of course, now, me actually owning the system, I can't imagine I'll be playing that plug and play much more. Again, holding this thing is just, like, so great. I love antiques, and this is, like, the godfather of antique systems in a way. I know there's the Magnavox Odyssey, but people only talk about the Magnavox Odyssey because it was the first. It did it first. Atari 2600 did it right. I just love, like, the actual, like, aluminum dials that this thing, not dials, like knobs and switches that this thing has on it. Like, I mentioned it earlier, color in black and white. I love how novel that is. I don't know, maybe black and white actually does make the blocks and graphics more pop out on a black and white screen. I don't know though. And yeah, game select, you're essentially just selecting what level, I guess, or what stage the game you're playing on. And game reset, I thought this would reset the game. Now, this is how you start the game. Like, all the games, they would open, like, on the idle screen or whatever, and the first time I hooked up the system earlier yesterday, I was actually, like, kind of confused about how to start the system, because it's like, I'm pressing the button, nothing's happening, but then I was like, oh, kind of gotta flip the reset switch, and then the game starts. I guess it was too much for them to put a game start, too. So, yeah, I guess that's all that I really want to talk about today. I'm sorry if this video was very rambly, and I'm also sorry for not really having a point to this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about this new addition to my vintage gaming collection. So, yeah, I don't really think I have much more to say. Thank y'all for watching all the way to the end, and until next time, goodbye, y'all.